Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd. Today we're talking about Babylon 5. No Surrender, No Retreat is the name of the episode. And the main part of this is Sheridan setting out the plan for how they are going to liberate Earth, shall we say. First, they're going to start with Proxima 3, then to Mars, then to Earth is the plan. And the non-aligned worlds need to be neutral on this. They have a joint agreement with Earth on defense, and Sheridan has asked them to not take sides on this, and rather to sit along the sideline and let the Babylon 5 forces settle with the Earth forces. And the idea behind all of it is that Sheridan wants to only fire upon the ships that fire on them and try to convince the others to either step aside to join them, or at the very least to try to defend the rights of the other planets. So with this high-minded thought, they set out on it. And in order to try to get the non-aligned worlds to go along with Sheridan's plan, he asked G'Kar and Londo to sign an agreement. And it's there where the more poignant part of this episode comes in. Arguably, G'Kar and Londo are the main characters of this tale. Virtually everything has started and finished with these two characters as the attempts at creating peaceful settlements and things at Babylon 5 have come and gone. Obviously, we know that Londo was tricked into joining forces with the Shadows that decimated the Narn's world and also put them back under Centauri control, something that has not happened since before the time of this series. And this resentment that the Narns have toward the Centauri has not subsided even at the time of their independence. And now that it's been restored, the idea that Londo coming hat in hand to want to make peace with G'Kar is not something that's welcomed by G'Kar. I don't want your thanks. I don't want your respect. I don't want anything from you. I will not drink with you. And evidently not even signed the agreement of non-aggression between their worlds and Earth, not each other necessarily. Londo obviously is very heavily affected by the fact that he's caused much of this unwittingly, and that a mad emperor didn't help anything by instead of his predecessor, who was assassinated, had planned to issue a formal apology to the Narns for everything the Centauris had done and promised reparations. But before he could make that speech, was assassinated and replaced with his unstable relative who created an opening for the Shadows, even after the point that Londo had found out what they were at and tried to stop them. But that's all water under the bridge now, and G'Kar couldn't care less that there was any kind of innocent mistakes being made here. He was, of course, not very responsive when Londo came in and said, "I'm a patriot, and so are you, and that's what we have in common, other than our hatred for each other." But he said this hatred for each other isn't providing any kind of use for either of us. If we sign on with this agreement with Babylon 5, it might lead other unaligned worlds to do the same and to help Babylon 5 overthrow this dictatorship that's taken place on Earth. And so that one scene there where the two are together and you can see the contrition on Londo's face, you can see the hurt on Jakar's face. And even though Jakar eventually comes around in his own way, it shows that bad feelings don't just go away because you say, I'm sorry. Bad feelings don't go away just because you say, I made a mistake and I regret it. Bad feelings don't go away after years of slavery and freedom for a few years. And so that's where we find those two. And while by the end of the episode we see some things that look like they might be going the way of our Babylon 5 people, with a couple of Earth commanders joining them and others that are agreeing to step aside, while there are others that are regrouping for more attacks. There's going to be a lot of fighting ahead. It's not going to be an easy battle won. And almost as an afterthought, Garibaldi is leaving Babylon 5 to go to Mars and tells the customs official that he's not coming back. So, more mystery that way, too, that we look to find out about as we move along here. I think we're back on schedule now, and we will have Deep Space Nine's review tomorrow. And we're looking forward, of course, to the new episodes of Doctor Who, which will be coming up early next month, and later next month of Andor from the Star Wars folks. So we're going to be covering both of those, and we're also looking forward to whatever Star Trek comes up with, whether it's Starfleet Academy, Strange New Worlds, or who knows what. As soon as it comes up, we'll be talking about that as well. And hopefully by then, my neighbor will have finished mowing his yard. So that's what we get for recording in a garden shed. So thank you for joining us. Until next time, don't go far.